welcome back to the House of Medics. It's me again. Hi, I'm back. I know you've missed me, it's been a while, but I'm here. I'm going to be your host for this evening. I'm Gani V, and I'm speaking today to a lovely, lovely young lady who's going to tell us about what she does within the medical profession. So to my left, we have this beautiful ensemble here. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Hi guys, I'm Natalia. So I'm a trainee pharmacist and I just started my pre-reg year recently. So I think I'm like a quarter of the year in, almost like half a year. So I've been working for around 4 months as a trainee pharmacist.
So you said a word that I don't understand. So for those that don't know, I know nothing about medical stuff. I'm here as a learner. She's gonna teach me. So pre-reg is what you said, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
So basically, I mean, they changed the terms. Now it's called a trainee pharmacist, which makes it pretty straightforward, right? It's just a trainee pharmacist.
You're training in pharmacy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like my training year. It's 12 months long. And then at the end of the year, we have our final exam. So coming up in July. And that's when you sit your final exam. It's like really hard. And then if you pass, you're a registered pharmacist. So no more revision. Like that's it.
So what does this trainee year involve? Why do you have to do it? What is that?
So basically, let me just quickly fast forward. So
take your time. We've got time.
Okay, so basically, a uni of 4 years of pharmacy. So that's like a master's of pharmacy. You graduate with a master's of pharmacy.
Okay.
But after those 4 years, everyone has to do like the training year, which is what I'm doing right now. At the end of the year, we have the final exam. So during your training year, you work full time. So I do 9 hours every day. You either do in community pharmacy or hospital. So
community?
Yeah, so community pharmacy is just a normal pharmacy that you go to.
Okay, so like a Boots
exactly,
or
like Lloyd's, or you have independent pharmacies.
Okay.
And then you can work in a hospital as well, or some places do like a split, like a GP hospital split. Okay. But I'm doing mine in normal pharmacy, so community pharmacy. Okay. And you have to do that for a whole year while revising. So that's the most stressful part. You do full-time work, and then you have to find time to actually revise
for the exams that you have to pass at the end, which are hard.
Yeah. So that's the most stressful year for life.
Yeah, I don't envy you.
Yeah, you're lucky.
So we're gonna kind of go back a little bit. So you're Natalia, you're doing pharmacy. How did that come about? Like, what was it that made you want to go into? Because for me personally, pharmacy, I never knew it was like a separate like subject. I thought like you just studied. I don't know what I thought it was. So I didn't know that, for example, when you go into a pharmacist, that there is a pharmacist that that has studied to do that job, because you just think they're just picking out your medicine. Like, I'm sorry.
You guys really don't rate us.
No, but that's what I know from somebody that's never experienced it before. But now I know it's a bit more detailed, because you're actually saving people's lives, because you have to make sure that you're checking the medicine. You have to make sure that the person gets the right amount. Making sure that they're not coming for the too much doses and things like that. So tell me how you kind of got to wanting to do pharmacy.
So basically, I've always, I wasn't one of those people who always went like sciences, always wanted to do this. I was like, when I was back in high school in sixth form, I was always very confused to what I wanted to do. So there was a mixture of going from art to media to like wanting to be a journalist, then wanting to do medicine, then dentistry.
Go from media to medicine? It's very...
Basically, everyone that knows me, they always thought I would do art or media, from my whole life until sixth form. And then sixth form, I was like, let me just do something that people would never expect me to do. And I just picked all the sciences because I was like, let me just do it for the bands. Like, let me just see what happens. Yeah. And then when I started doing like chemistry, bio, and because I did the IB, which is different to A-levels. It's like International Baccalaureate. So it's like equivalent to 7 A-levels. Oh. So that's what I did for sixth form.
But wait, you only need...
Yeah, so I made it harder for myself for no reason. Because I really wasn't sure what I was doing in my life. So I was just like, let me just pick all the sciences. Options. So I did, chemistry, geography, bio, English, maths, philosophy, and French.
All the subjects I hate.
Yeah, and then that's when I was like, let me just see what happens. Yeah. And that's when I started actually enjoying the sciences. Okay. Before I was going to do media and all that, and I was like, wait, I'm actually pretty good at sciences. I got good grades in that as well. Let me try to do that and see what happens. Okay. So first I was thinking, let me do medicine. Then I was like, oh, this seems a bit too stressful for me. So I changed my mind, was like, let me just see if I enjoy dentistry. then when I wrote my personal statement for dentistry, even my advisor was like, it seems like you're not even passionate about this. And I was like, yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna go for it for the money. But then that's when I changed my mind. I was like, let me just do something else. And then I think randomly I got some work experience in a pharmacy because I just wanted to see what it's like. And that's when I started enjoying it. I was like, wait, I'm actually enjoying this.
Okay.
And especially because I loved chemistry. I was like obsessed with chemistry at school.
Yeah.
And pharmacy involves a lot of chemistry. That's when I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. Especially in uni, you do a lot of chemistry.
Okay.
So,
that's very, very
so I think that was
interesting.
the biggest, like, yeah.
So
for me.
I think that's very interesting because it seems like you've got the passion for media and you've got the kind of everyone expecting you to be in media, but you've got the knowledge for the sciences and for the chemistry and the love and all of that. So that seems like a very good mix because I know that you kind of dabble in a bit of social media, you know, stuffs. So how do you fit that in with what you do with your profession?
So I actually forgot to add,
go on.
I completely forgot, it's actually a relevant point. I mainly want to do sciences also because of my grandparents.
Okay.
So my grandma was a doctor and my grandpa was a dentist. That's why you can see
That's
I was
why you kind of
leaning
went to
that
the
direction.
dentistry and
then no one did pharmacy and my grandma was like, yeah, but you don't have to follow like what we're doing. You can still do something else. That's when I was like, yeah, let me just not copy exactly what they're doing.
But
let
they
me
inspired you.
do something on my own, something
Amazing.
different.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So back to the point. So you, like you said, you work full time.
Yeah.
You also are revising and studying. But Miss Natalia, if somebody was to go onto your page,
I'm screaming.
they would think, you know, this girl likes having a bit of fun. So how do you mix the two? Because again, as somebody that's not really medically trained, I would think that being in the medical field is quite, you know,
like intense.
don't kill me, boring. Don't kill me, guys, you're not boring at all, plus. But someone that's coming from the outside looking in, that's what it seems like. But you kind of have shown us a different, so tell us about that. Like you still wanted to keep that media kind of going. How do you blend the two?
So it's actually a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. Like when I tell you this week, I've barely slept because straight after work, I had to go to Central, do some shoots. I have like 2 hours sleep, then go back to work, then do another thing after work the next day, then have another event the day after. But I feel like now I'm just used to kind of like balancing out. Like when I started working full time, I realized I'm gonna be tired either way. But I could be tired and I could still be doing other stuff that would be useful for me or things that I enjoy doing. That's when I fit it in, and I was like, I've always had kind of, I was just always into Instagram and just like posting. But before it was kind of like just posting for no reason. It was just kind of like, oh, I like taking pictures. But now I realized, wait, I can actually build like a platform. I can actually, you know, make fashion related videos, which is what I'm doing right now, related more to fashion and maybe even make money from it, you know? And so I'm basically doing what I enjoy doing, taking pictures, I'm trying to do some modeling here and there, and then slowly building my way up to filming more like fashion content and just kind of giving people ideas and inspiring people and showing them that you could be a pharmacist, but you could also enjoy something so much and have a hobby where you could be doing that at the same time, and nothing can stop you. Like you can just do both.
So how does the two like fit in with each other? Because I wouldn't think pharmacy and modeling. Like, so how do you even like? How do people take you seriously? Not saying that you can't be taken seriously, but you know, we live in a very kind of
like people judge you.
So how do you kind of get heard as a pharmacist, but still maintain your look as a model? How does that work for you?
So wait, what do you mean? Because say I'm actually.
So okay, let me try and rephrase the question. So you're doing the modeling stuff and you're enjoying that, but you're also pharmacy is very you know rigorous. You need to understand and you need to get things done, and also people need to listen to you. So how do you balance the two? How do you balance being that model, being somebody that people look at for inspiration on that side, but also take that into the workplace and make sure that you get being heard in the workplace?
I think it's just the fact that I'm trying to show people that I don't know if you remember this girl from Love Island, Anna from Love Island.
I don't watch Love Island.
Okay, well, she was a pharmacist.
For those of you that watch Love Island, I'm sure you know who she's talking about. I don't watch it.
So
unless it's the US one.
No, so she's basically a pharmacist, and then she went to Love Island. Now she's famous. She still does pharmacy on the side, but her message that she was trying to get across to everyone on the social media platform is that you could do something serious, like be a doctor or be a pharmacist, but it doesn't all have to have that kind of boring, kind of like serious annotation, like to it. You know what I mean? So you can do more and just show people that you can do it, that it shouldn't be a stereotype like that. You can do more and enjoy what you're doing. So I think with me, I just show people to work that I am hardworking, I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, no one's gonna stop me from wanting to record fashion videos, do my favorite fits, inspire people, and also like get money from that as well.
Sure.
So like I said, with shoots or whatever, or even with Instagram, I just enjoy the two.
Amazing.
And I like balancing out. I like showing people that you can actually balance that kind of stuff out.
Amazing. I love it. So let's go to a bit more of kind of how pharmacy makes you feel. So I'm going to start with kind of the negative, then we'll go to more positive.
Yeah.
So tell us 1 or 2 things that you don't like about pharmacy or you found really difficult about trying to become a pharmacist. Like, what are the two or three things that you feel like, yeah, this, if it was down to just this, I'll be out?
What, like a uni or right now?
Both. Uni, working, a combination of getting to where you want to get to as a pharmacist.
I'm not gonna lie, the course was trying to kill me. It was actually trying to kill me.
So it physically was like...
Yeah, it was like sleepless nights, all-nighters in the library. Like, this is what my day-to-day life looked like. I'll be at uni 9 to 5. Then I'd stay in the library till like 9, 10, revising, somehow fit like and eating and stuff in the library.
Eating?
And then go home at like 1 a.m. Then wake up again at 6, 7 for my next lecture and so on and so on.
So was you in uni like every day?
Yeah, every single day. Even the weekends, I couldn't even enjoy my weekends like I do right now because I was just revising or doing coursework and somehow trying to see my friends.
So what does like the course consist of? Because that sounds like a full-time job.
Yeah, it was basically a full-time job. It was more intense than this. I'm so sorry. It was more. That's why I can fit in time to do what I like to do. That I couldn't do at uni. Like I wish I had time to do then.
So what does the course kind of look like?
So basically from first year, it just consists of like anatomy, chemistry, physics.
Anatomy. You gotta break these words down, girl.
Anatomy is all the like basically what the medics learn about as well, like the heart, the liver, everything about the body, you know what I mean? So first, like, they just wanted everyone to become the same kind of level in first year. So we did a bit of that, a bit of chemistry, a bit of physics, maths. There's just so much involved, some clinical stuff. And then second year, it becomes like more detailed. Yeah, so more about cardiology, linking that to like drugs. So cardiology is about the heart.
Yeah. It's not for me. It's not for me. I know these. I think I know these things.
Yeah. So
no, but I know some of the words. But for those that maybe might be watching, they might want to learn something. Yeah, we need the word and then the definition.
So in second year, we just learn more about stuff, like, specific stuff like I said, cardiology, what to do with the heart, then relate that to the drugs and how they work inside the body, what an agonist works in a certain type of way. I just was trying to confuse you right now.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, so then it becomes more intense, and then the third year becomes even more intense because we focus more on the drugs, and so first year is just more like the basics, the biochemistry, physics, and then in third and fourth year it's more like clinical decision making, how you would act as a pharmacist in different situations, different scenarios, and then link that to everything you've learned, like the stuff.
So what I want to say, not power, that's not the right word I'm looking for. So what kind of rights do you have as a pharmacist? Because sometimes, because for example, if I've called 111, for example, they say, oh, speak to a pharmacist at your local pharmacy. Like what are you trained to do and not do as a pharmacist? Because obviously you're not a doctor, but you have some say in what people get. So what are you trained and not, like, what are you allowed and not allowed to kind of say?
So obviously we can't prescribe, which is a bit annoying.
Really?
So, yeah, we can't prescribe. It's actually very fair.
So at your level, or is that in general?
Yeah, so in general you can. However, like I was about to talk about it. So with time, you can actually do this prescribing course and start prescribing yourself as a pharmacist. But that course
it's not part of what you already do. It's a separate.
And still, even at that level, you won't be able to prescribe everything.
So that's annoying.
Yeah, it's a bit more general.
So is there anything else that you can and can't
So
do?
so we can't diagnose patients on that kind of level as well. So obviously in like a pharmacy, it's a bit different when you work in hospital. You're exposed to like more stuff than in a community pharmacy. So obviously when someone comes into the pharmacy, it's more like minor ailments. Well, by that I mean like a cough, a cold, you know, nothing serious, you know. That's why we give like just very kind of, the advice isn't that broad, whereas in a hospital, you'd actually have to know more about what's going on with the patient. But even then, you're not allowed to really diagnose someone. You can just say, okay, go to the GP, they're going to do these tests on you, and then see from there. So that's when we refer the patient. If we think, okay, this sounds serious, we go, okay, we're going to refer you to the GP, tell them you've spoken to us, and then they will see what's happening. So it's kind of like to a certain type of extent that we can help them, but then...
So you can basically guide a patient. You can't really explicitly say, this is what I think you have, but you can guide them into like where to go next, basically.
We still do help them a lot, especially in the hospital setting, but I think in community pharmacy, it's just very limited to what you can say and do.
Fair enough. So what would you say are like your perks and what you enjoy the most about pharmacy?
So like I said, at uni, I think I definitely, like, I loved uni. I love revising. I was that one weird person that enjoyed revising.
Even though it tried to kill you, loved it.
Yeah,
that's good.
Like, I was that one weird person who would just be like in the park sitting down on a hot summer day just revising for chemistry when everyone would just be out like living their best life.
Yeah, but that means you like what you do.
Exactly. So I really enjoyed the chemistry aspect. I really missed that. I feel like sometimes I might just get a book and start just looking at some chemistry because I really like that, the the aromatic system and all that.
The what system?
The aromatic system. So that's basically how the drugs look like.
Okay.
On that kind of level.
Aromatic system. Okay. I knew that. For the people. This is for the people. It's for the people. So tell us this interesting story. Like, while you've been working, has there been anything that's happened? Has anyone come in and has anyone been given the wrong drugs?
Yeah, actually, at one point, I made a big mistake. So a couple weeks ago, I actually made a pretty big mistake.
Okay.
But it wasn't just me. It was like, so basically, I'm obviously a trainee pharmacist, so I'm not doing the final checks yet. So there's like an actual pharmacist, a registered pharmacist that does the final check. Okay. Right? So we're kind of allowed to make mistakes at the moment because we're not registered yet. So everyone makes mistakes at the start. So I made a mistake where I dispensed. Do you know what that means?
Yep. I know, but explain for the people.
When you dispense, it's like you make sure the drug is ready to be given out. So you check against a prescription, make sure the dosage, the quantity, strength, the actual drug is correct. And as soon as you found the drug on the shelf, you know, you bring it, stick the right label on, check. There's a lot of checking to be done. Anyway, after that, you pass it to the actual pharmacist who does the final check, make sure everything's correct, and then it's given out to the patient. Okay. So I made a big mistake where I don't know how I didn't see it. So there's two drugs with a similar name. And then I just put the other drug inside the packet of the other one because it was the name was very similar. And it was given out to the patient. And then it got back to us that, the pharmacist made a mistake as well. He didn't properly.
Double check. Yeah.
And then it was given out to the patient. They were taking it for like a whole week. And they were feeling very ill. Oh, no. And then they came back and, we had some serious meetings. I mean, I wasn't really involved because I'm a pre-reg, so it wasn't really to do with me.
The last guy shouldn't really check that.
But it was just, that was probably...
So since then, like...
That just made me become just take it even more seriously than I did before. Yeah. Because I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a late kind of evening. Maybe I was tired. But now I was just like, no, these are the drugs I need to watch out for because... They're controlled drugs as well, so you have to be very careful with that. Okay. Yeah.
That can be quite scary though, don't you think?
Yeah, that's why now I'm trying to be very just careful and observative.
So advice to somebody who wants to go into the medical profession. They're not quite sure what they want to do. But before I do that, if you have any questions, please do write your questions in the comments and I'll read them out. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask questions until I see questions. Yeah, did we get that, people? So what advice would you give somebody? Like you said, you didn't quite know what direction you wanted to go in, but let's say we're at Freshers Week, you're at a pharmacy stand. Like, how would you basically convince someone that what you're doing is lit?
I'm actually dead. I'm actually trying to think about it. So I'll just see if they really want to do pharmacy, because if they want to do something healthcare related in general, I just tell them to go to a hospital, get some work experience, like shadowing a doctor or a nurse.
Is that easy to do?
It's actually easier than I thought it was. Yeah, you just email the hospital, email the right department, say you want some work experience. They should give you like a day or something at some point. So shadow the doctor or the nurse, whoever you feel like, you know, you want to kind of see what they do. The pharmacist as well, maybe a dentist, and then and see what happens, because I feel like with pharmacy, not that many people know what it involves. So they might just say, oh, I like pharmacy, but then when you actually do the placement or work experience, you realize, oh, it's actually a bit boring. All you do is like put medicines back on shelves, check the expiry dates. But there's more to it. Like I said, the hospital aspect I find it very interesting. Maybe one day I'll get into hospital as well, because that was kind of like my aim from the start.
Okay.
And then I kind of changed my mind. I was like, wait, let me do this for a bit. Then I can always go back to hospital.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely seeing if they have passion for it and if they really know what it involves.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay, so we got a question. Can we get top tips for surviving the trainee year?
Okay, so I think there's a couple of things that I'm already kind of using as well, and things I've heard from like my pharmacy friends, pharmacists actually, because they give really good advice.
Okay.
So I think start revising early, and what I mean by that is early. Like right now is November. I say December start revising.
Okay. When does your pharmacy your trainee year finish?
So July is the exam period.
Okay.
So obviously from the start, just revise here and there. You don't have to be revising consistently, but you know, maybe 30 minutes before bedtime, or sometimes on weekends if you go with some workshops you've done on your course. Because everyone has this course every month where they give you questions, give you mock exams, like practice different topics. So do that on some weekends. Just read your BNF from start.
Read your what?
BNF. It's basically like the Bible for pharmacy.
These words out and I have to catch them.
It's basically like the Bible for pharmacy. It's like a thick book, and you have like every single drug that exists.
Oh, wow.
And then like different topics like cardiology, the gastrointestinal system.
What's BNF stand for? Do you know? Or
British National Formulary. I actually remembered it. Are you guys proud of me?
Done. I really put you on the spot.
No, I feel like I forgot. It just came to me.
That's good.
So
cool.
yeah. So what was the question?
So tips. So you said revise.
Start revising early.
Yeah.
So December, start your revision kind of like properly in December, and then keep working till July. Obviously, as the months go by, just make it more and more intense slowly, because you don't want to overexhaust yourself.
Of course.
But take your time, start revising early, and then just keep revising. I'd also say build a good relationship with your pre-reg tutor. Okay. So we're all assigned tutors just to help us with what we're doing.
How's yours been?
He's been really good. I work with him almost every day. He's a pharmacist at my pharmacy. So it's really easy. He knows like my strengths and weaknesses and helps me whenever. So I think do that, because they really know you and can give you specific advice that you would need, because they know you more than anyone. So they can really help you. And I think the third tip I have also is have a study buddy. I think it's really important, because you guys can just like test each other. Like for example, I made a really good friend from my course, my green light course. And we're like best friends. So whenever we're gonna start revising, I know we're gonna test each other. Like let's say someone's better at asthma, and they can teach the other person that, and vice versa. So I think having study buddies is just very helpful, because you can just support each other, know what you're going through. Yeah. And yeah, I just feel like that's really useful.
Amazing stuff. So sorry about that, guys. Little one, mom life. Next question: what direction do you see your career going in? That's a really good question.
Oh,
it's a really good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. So obviously right now, I kind of dipped community out of nowhere. It was very unexpected, because I was just a bit confused to what I want to do. So then I was like, okay, let me just do this year as a community trainee pharmacist. And then I was always thinking, okay, I feel like I'm definitely going to go back to hospital after this year, because it always like interested me so much. But now that I'm working in community, it kind of changed my mind. I was like, wait, but I do enjoy this, because after this year I can become a locum. So that means, I think you've heard of that before.
I've heard of it, but for the people.
So basically, you know how at school we had these supply teachers, right? this is basically an equivalent to supply teacher.
That's a good way to describe it, because I wouldn't know how to do it.
Cooler, so I'm just saying.
Just know that in school, when you have a supply teacher, just means you're not doing any work that day.
I mean, at least you're having fun and you're still getting work done.
Yeah.
So basically, that's like moving from one pharmacy to another, and you kind of locum in those pharmacies, kind of work for yourself.
Would you say that that's harder or easier? Because I know if you're working like in a specific place, you kind of get to know the people, you get to know the regulars, you get to know the prescriptions that go out.
Yeah.
But if you're locuming, you kind of go in. Which one would you say you prefer?
Like that's why I was saying I kind of want to do that after this year, because it's just more flexible. You can work 3-4 times a week. You work for yourself. You choose your hours. Okay. And I feel like with me, I like changing my environment. So I kind of like meeting new people, new experiences. Because if I'm stuck in one place all the time, I do get kind of bored.
Fair enough.
So right now I'm just like, I just need to make it through this year, and I'll be
gotta push.
Yeah. So I can imagine myself locuming.
Yeah.
I just find it more interesting, and it gives you just more time as well. Like it's very flexible. That's why you can do something else part-time apart from that. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
So so I definitely want to locum after this. Maybe get into hospital for like a year or two just for a clinical kind of experience. But I might stick to locuming, and then my end goal actually is to open up my own cosmetic clinic as a pharmacist.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you've heard about it. It's like a new thing. You can actually be a pharmacist at the same time work cosmetic clinic.
Okay.
And then you can do some courses to then do injections yourself, like Botox and so on. And then you can do all these things at once, and that just like really, really interesting.
So it kind of broadens your scope of what you can and can't do. That's amazing. I didn't know that was the thing.
That's like my end goal.
Okay, cool. Amazing. Okay, so next question. How do you see your industry changing / evolving? And also, following on from that, what would you like to see?
So it's a bit similar to the first question, so I'm a bit confused.
So if you say, at the moment, how do you see your industry changing or evolving? Like what has, like you just mentioned the going into the aesthetic stuff and things like that, but how has that changed since you started your course?
Oh yeah, so obviously when I first started like uni, I really felt like it was just community or hospital. There's nothing else that exists, right? But there's actually so much that is being introduced, and like obviously the cosmetic clinic is the newest thing that everyone's talking about. So apart from that, there's not much. But even this, I didn't know that this was a thing. So one of my friends started telling me, oh, like I started working in this clinic, like let me tell you more about it. Like this pharmacist that I know, he was the one who put me on. He was like, tell me all about it. And I was just surprised that this exists and that pharmacists are really just broadening their options now and doing things like this are so specific. And I really enjoy it, especially other aspects as well, like mental health. You can go into that. You can do GP pharmacy. I even did a placement in a prison. Prison pharmacy. So actually that's another one of my options. That really interests me.
Let's delve into that one. So you actually went into the prison. So how does that work?
It was crazy. It was actually kind of scary because there's inmates everywhere around me. But prison pharmacy is definitely a different experience because it's kind of like mental health based as well. Because there's obviously everything to do with like painkillers and then morphine and all that. So you have to be careful as well. So it's very like mental health focused. But that's why I wasn't sure if I want to do it because it's so like specific, like mental health. That's like if I'm very passionate about that, then I'd go into it. But there's definitely more than what I thought. Like I said, mental health, prison, like cosmetic clinics. So it's definitely broadening much more than before.
It's more than what you thought it was. Amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay, so next question we've got. So Heritage Arrowhead says, wow, great to see you. How are you encouraging more youths to show interest in your line of profession? That's the first question.
Sorry, I was reading the second one as well. Sorry, I have to read that. How are you encouraging more youths to show interest in your line of profession? So is that like...
Just more people like you, like how how are you?
Is that how I'm motivating
Yeah,
people?
what are you doing are you doing anything, or is it one of those things
Oh,
where
right.
stuff like this?
Yeah,
This is a
sorry.
platform where
So actually recently me and my friends, so some more pharmacy professionals, we actually launched this new pharmacy like Instagram page.
Okay.
There's a platform, so you guys can follow us. It's pharmed_UK.
Amazing.
So we did that just to kind of
you did a
educate.
TikTok on there, didn't you?
Yeah, so we so we actually made that page to motivate people and educate young people either going into pharmacy or already in pharmacy, pharmacists as well, pre-regis, actually mainly targeting pre-regis.
Okay.
Because this year is intense, they need as much help as possible. And we just kind of want to show people that we're here to support them, motivate them, and we're trying to do different content. So different to other pages that you see. This is more personalized, showing our day-to-day life as well.
Okay.
So people can like relate to and know, okay, I'm struggling, but she's struggling as well. So it's okay. Let me see how she gets through it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do that kind of content as well as adding different questions and answers, different mock papers. With time, we might do some webinars as well, some workshops.
Amazing.
So we're really trying to reach out to those people that need help, or even people that, you know, are interested in pharmacy in general, just kind of motivating them. And yeah, because I felt like I always wanted to find that kind of page.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're trying to do that right now.
So you're being you're being the person for you that you didn't have, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. If you've got any more questions, please do send them forward. So let's talk about your day to day. Like you said, the Pharm Ed page is showing kind of a broader side of what you do. So let's talk about a day to day. Like, what does a day? No, let's talk about what a week for Natalia looks like. So as a pharmacist and everything else that you do, what would be I wouldn't say average because you're clearly not average. So what would a week look like for Natalia?
So obviously Monday to Friday is kind of the same. You know, I wake up really early. I try to go gym almost every day. So I have to wake up like 5, 6 a.m. to fit gym into my day. Then 10 to 7 are my working hours. Obviously I work
10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's really long. So I get home for like 8, 9 p.m.
Wow.
By bus and everything. So that's what I mean. So I'm out my house by 7 a.m., come back like 8, 9.
Wow.
So it's
a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I try to cook on the weekends, then do all that for the day, gym, work. Then I come home, cook some more or whatever. Then I try to fit in some time to revise. Even like half an hour before bed, reading the BNF. I try to do that. Even though it's hard because like I said, I come home so late. I have like 2 hours, so I should be in bed. So fitting something in is like crazy hard. And then on weekends, I just try to either do some more revision, maybe in the morning, and then Sunday I have church, but then on Saturday I try to do either a meetup with friends or, like I said, some shoots, filming some content. Like right now I have so many collabs coming up with like influencers as well. So we're gonna meet up, film some more content together, like let's say some different outfits. And I feel like that's gonna increase the engagement as well for me, for my Instagram page. So yeah, it's just a mix of these kind of things coming up. Like next week I might have a music video shoot on. Oh. And then church every Sunday. I need to stick to that. But
I like to hear it, girl. I like to hear it.
But even my Sundays are good. Like with my church friends, we just do whatever after church. So it's just nice. Like I'm basically out the whole weekend. I'm trying to make it productive.
I like that. I absolutely like that. So tell us about kind of where you see yourself in the next couple of months, like what you see yourself doing. Okay. Where would you like to take the page, the Pharm Ed page? Where would you like to see that go to as well? So
with Pharm Ed, we're just trying to really reach out to as many people as we can right now. So everyone, make sure you follow that page. I need to see y'all follow it. But yeah, we're just trying to grow our following right now and just reach out to as many trainee pharmacists as possible.
Yep.
And to just kind of increase the content that we have. So we just have a lot of plans right now, but it's like put into work as we just started. So it takes some time. But yeah, with time, we definitely want to make bigger kind of things like webinars happening, workshops, and then hopefully near the exam time, we might do like a crash kind of course where we're just going to be helping a lot of people, you know, let's say throughout 1 week. And then hopefully you'll be in person as well. So giving them some questions, some mock papers. Yep. Obviously, one of the people behind the page, she's an actual pharmacist. So she's the one who would probably be teaching them. But yeah, we definitely want it to be big. And then we want just have like different content that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Just make it very varied.
Amazing.
And then you said with my page, or
with you personally,
me as well in the next couple months. So obviously I'm just trying to start taking revision very seriously in the next couple months.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm still having different ideas about what I want to do part-time after I kind of register as a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So obviously when you locum, you have way more time on the side to do things.
Yeah.
Like I know my friend, Genevieve, she does a lot outside of pharmacy as well. And that's how I want to be.
Okay.
So my plans are just to kind of this year try to grow my Instagram page, just having like a good platform for people that are interested in fashion or just wanting to see what my life looks like on a day-to-day basis, where I balance out pharmacy and then content creating, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to grow my page at the moment, just really get a good audience, modeling where I can, but not too much as revision needs to, you know, come first. But then obviously after the next couple months, I want to take the fashion aspect seriously.
Okay.
So hopefully just see what I can do, because right now I just have some thoughts, but nothing's really happening
yet. I have a really random question that just came to mind. When you're working, do you wear a uniform?
I mean, it's not really a uniform. It has to be formal clothes. So I just wear like trousers and like a shirt.
Because I'm just thinking like how we can bring the fashion to the pharmacy,
I know.
you know, making it a thing.
My colleagues are used to it. The other day I walked into the pharmacy with a whole suitcase for my shoes and it was my long braid. But they're like, wow. But then they're like, I'm not even surprised. Yeah. This is Natalia. So they know that's me.
And I like that because it's taking your personality into the workplace.
Exactly.
Obviously you have to be professional, but who's to say that your look isn't a professional look?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a bit of you, isn't it?
Yeah, so like I said, so in the future, I definitely want to start something to do with fashion, but seriously. So right now I have different thoughts, like maybe create my own business, maybe focusing on styling. Even obviously styling is like, you do have to do it full time. But right now I'm just kind of weighing out my options and then seeing what would actually suit me best. But right now just kind of growing my page and seeing how it goes from there.
How it goes, amazing. And I like that because you're giving yourself options. You're allowing yourself to be, you know, something very serious alongside something very fun.
Exactly.
And it gives you options for the future. You can stay in pharmacy or you can go into fashion. You can vice versa.
And I enjoy life like that more. Because there's just a lot going on. And I'm not just stuck in a pharmacy 24/7, just eating, you know, sleeping, revising, repeat.
Yeah. I love it. So anything else you want to tell us? Any interesting stories? Someone's asked, do you get paid during pre-reg?
Yeah, we do, but it's really not much. Like, I'm really just trying to survive at this point on this pre-reg salary.
She said it's not much.
It's really not much. I'm really struggling, but it's okay. Like, as long as we get through this year and register as a pharmacist, life will get better. So you just got to push through.
Is it enough? I'm not going to ask you how much. You don't have to disclose a figure, but is it enough to at least survive? Or
I mean, it's just enough. Like, you can't really be living your best life. That's why I'm saying in the next couple months, I'm going to calm down where I'm just revising for like 1 or 2 months on the weekends.
No one's going to see you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to do, because if I kept doing this all the time,
If you are seeing the comments, it's funny because she's put the smiley face with the dollar sign, which is so funny. But it makes sense. I guess they're trying to teach you more than pay you, but they also want you to survive, so it does make sense. But just know that Natalia's going to disappear for a couple of months so that she gets her year done. Anything you want to tell us? Any other interesting stories or?
You have to give me a hint. I can't read your mind.
No, it's you. You tell us about what you're going through. Do you have anything else that you're interested in that you want people to know about? It's just for you to promote yourself. I'm just giving you some time.
Yeah, that's calm. Well, I think you guys should follow my Insta page as well.
Let's go.
You know, you guys should follow my Insta page because I'm going to be bringing out... I'm actually really proud of my content. I'm bringing out a lot of content right now. So whether it's like doing just a quick reel of my fit one day and just what I was wearing, or maybe if I was out somewhere, to then doing like reels of different outfits. Let's say 1 pair of Jordans and 3 casual outfits, just giving people ideas. Yeah. That's what I want to kind of go into. So
what about doing like outfits for work? Have you thought about that? No? Maybe do it for the PharMed page. You can do it on that.
I can do that one. I really want that on my page.
He said, I'm not trying to have that on my page. What is your page for people to follow you and see more?
It's my at. It's can we type? No, we can't like write it down, right?
Someone will write it.
It's
if
okay.
you say it.
Someone
will write it.
Yeah, someone's gonna write it. But yeah, so I have a lot of content that is getting ready to be released. So you guys keep an eye on my page. There's a lot of good stuff coming.
Amazing.
Especially when it comes to fashion. Like I really have big plans, so hopefully we can make it happen.
Well, someone said, what do you wear to work?
Lol, they said lol as well. No, so basically, I think I mentioned before, it's just like a normal shirt and trousers, but I try to like make it more interesting.
Spice it up a little bit.
Different colored shirts now. Different colored shirts with different pairs of trousers as well.
Fair enough.
I might take an example from one of my pharmacist friends, Genevieve, because every time her outfits for work is so nice. I need to get inspiration from her.
Okay.
She just wears like different dresses.
Nice. So, your @is NATVR. Yeah. @NATVR, and also the Pharm Ed page again is PharmEd_UK. Yeah, people said that we're enjoying the conversation. Me too, I'm enjoying the conversation. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah.
She said, I'm just gonna laugh all the way through.
She's making me laugh like this girl. Oh my God.
Someone said, do you always look glammed up for work?
No, actually, I don't.
No?
Yeah, that's why when the first time my colleagues saw me wear like, have my braid or whatever, like I think I left my work in a fit, ready for like one of my shoots, and then they were just like, where did this come from? And then even
so you're one of those people that if you see me at work,
you never expect it. You never expected. You didn't think that. So even people would ask me to work like, oh, do you take pictures? And I didn't really want to reveal much, so I'd say no, I don't do that. Like, are you sure?
You're trying to keep work, and
you're like, are you sure? You seem like that person. I was like, no, I don't take pictures. But then with time, I mean, they'd find out. Like they found out now.
Of course.
Now I was showing them my reels, and they're like, wow,
there you go.
This is crazy. Like, oh
that's actually really but that's actually really funny because I remember seeing some on TikTok. Someone, she was in the car. She's like, if you see me like this, don't talk to me.
Exactly.
Because this is just me at work. Every other day, I'm snatched. I'm done.
Exactly. That's me. So. Yeah, so
I didn't know
work, I don't even wear makeup. Like my hair's really simple, but after work, that's when
you turn up.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so I don't have any more questions. I don't know if anyone else has any more questions, but I've had a great time talking to you, Natalia. Thank you so much. It's really, really good to talk to people in fields that I know absolutely nothing about, as you can tell. I've changed my perception. Pharmacists are not boring. There's a couple of pharmacists in the room. They're going to kill me after. They're not boring. They're amazing. No, you are amazing. And I love the fact that I can actually look at you and think, okay, I can't guess what you do because I would never guess pharmacist.
Yeah, that's what people say.
And that's amazing. I feel
I'm
like
not surprising people though. It's like, it's good to see their reaction after.
Yeah, I feel like it's good to be able to switch it up. It's good to be able to not kind of fit into the norm.
Exactly.
Not kind of fit into, someone said pharmacists are cool. Yes, you are.
That's what I like focusing on. Like, I don't like being fit that stereotype. Like, I kind of like showing people, no, but I actually do this as well. And you can do that as well. Just kind of motivate, inspiring people that you can do whatever you put your mind to outside of work. Even if it's something that people wouldn't ever expect you to do, something completely different to what you actually do.
And I think that's really important. It's important to do what you want to do, not what people tell you to do.
Exactly.
Someone has written, pharmacists are so key for the NHS and most importantly, patient care. I agree, to be honest, because at the end of the day, if you don't have a pharmacist, you can't get your medicine, you can't get looked after. Yes, there's a doctor, but their job stops where the pharmacist starts.
Even in a hospital setting, it's even kind of more important because you're actually saving people's lives, like on the wards, because a doctor can make a mistake, and if you don't spot a mistake, the patient will get that medication there, and something can happen.
I've experienced it.
Really?
I was given antibiotic that I reacted to and basically almost died in hospital. And if the pharmacist didn't come and rectify it, they were going to give it to me again.
Yeah. What happened to the doctor? Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But I agree because they don't know what they're giving you. I've realised that from like when you do go to hospital, they actually don't know what they're giving you, and it is the job of the pharmacist to come and speak to you. And in the hospital, they're actually really nice. That they actually do come and they care. So I like the fact that you're a very warm person, and I think we need more of that. We need people that actually enjoy their job.
I actually completely forgot to mention this.
Go for it. You said, I knew there was going to be more.
Because I'm always like kind of zoned out. I keep forgetting what I was going to talk about. So there was one point I was actually going to mention. The other day, someone went to the pharmacy, and that's when I was realizing I'm actually happy that I'm doing what I'm doing. That's when I felt like I'm really helping patients, because this one patient came and they were like, can I speak to the pharmacist, please? And they were like, oh, what's regarding? I just want to say like thank you for something.
Aww.
And then I came up and then they're like, you know how the other day you saw that my 3-year-old son had like ringworm, and it was actually very severe. It was really bad. Like the son was crying, and it was probably the most serious ringworm I've ever seen. It was just like a big wound basically on their arm, and we gave them some antifungal cream, and they said, yeah, it finally worked. So I just want to come and say I'm so happy and
amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He was like, keep doing what you're doing. But he was just such a nice patient. Like, I just wanted to hug him. But I was actually getting emotional after. I was like, wow, so I'm actually doing something good.
Yeah, and I think that's it helps that you love what you do. You like people, and I love it.
That kind of stuff definitely motivates me just
to keep going
and like revise hard, so then I know the exact information to like help people.
So that kind of interesting, because someone did ask, how do you stay disciplined and consistent with all the different things that you do?
I was actually going to mention that before. I think it's all about balance and time management, because before, my time management was so bad. Like, I started working and I wasn't doing anything else apart from work, and I was already struggling. I was like, I don't have time to eat. Like, I'm always tired. Like, how am I going to do anything outside of work? Like, I'm never going to be able to do it. And that's when I learned, okay, I need to actually just motivate myself. I need to be careful of what I'm doing, plan out my day like hour by hour, because if I don't do that, I won't be able to have time to go gym. I won't have time to see my friends. I won't be able to do anything else outside of it. So I think it was just that kind of willpower and how I just wanted to just be very organized. I was like, no, if I don't balance out my time well, I won't be able to get to where I am right now. So I think it's just like plan out your time well, hour by hour, day by day, know what you're doing. As long as you can even fit in some revision in the morning on the weekend, and then you do what you want to do the rest of the day, that's calm. But also you do need to prioritize your revision. That's why I said next couple months, like at some point I will kind of slow down, focus on that, because if I keep doing this, I won't really have the time.
Fair enough.
But like I said, December, January, I'm going to try fit revision in, and obviously when I can, some weekends do this, do that. But it's just kind of just about balancing out your time well.
Amazing. So I'm going to ask the final question, and then we're going to talk about what the House of Medics has got coming up. So is pharmacy school hard to get into, and what grades do you need?
So obviously, sixth form and everything was so long ago that I'm trying to remember. I think from what I know, A levels, it's like AAB or ABB, something like that. Can't remember. But then IB, I needed like kind of high grades for that. I also can't remember. But I think in general it's ABB or AAB. So
you have to be up on the higher end.
Yeah, so obviously like biology, chemistry, and then another A level. Like they prefer either maths or something else, like on that kind of English. But as long as you have the chemistry and bio, that's very important.
I mean, that's why I would have never been a pharmacist.
I should have done A levels, because I did 7 A levels basically.
Yeah, I remember saying it, and it's giving me anxiety thinking about it.
It was hard in uni, so that's why at uni I was actually chilling after doing that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you for speaking to me today. Told you the time flew by, you know, it did. Yeah. So Natalia is a trainee pharmacist. She's currently in her last year of 4, was it?
No.
No? Did I get it wrong?
So I finished my 4 years at uni.
Oh, you finished the 4 years, and then now this is trainee year.
Training year.
Okay, see, just have to read. I knew that. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for speaking to me, and just letting us into your life, letting us understand. I think what I gained from this, and the importance I've took away, is that you can do all the things you want to do. You don't need to limit yourself. If you're interested in something that's a bit more serious in the medical field, you can still do the fun stuff in the media side. And why not? You know, if you've got the brains and you've got the looks, go for it.
I'm screaming.
Amazing.
And if you enjoy something, just don't let this dishearten you that make you feel like, oh, you can't do it just because you do an intense course or something. Like you can still, even if you find a couple hours at some point, you can still fit it in. You can still do what like your heart is set on.
The important thing is time management is key.
Even I'm still trying to improve. I definitely improved, but I still have some more improvements to go.
You're right to do. Amazing. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in to the House of Medics. We are here every other week. So in a couple of weeks, you'll see either me or Tanisha back, speaking to another amazing person within the medical field. However, at the end of this month, we got something cool going on. And basically, what I need you guys to do right now is I just need you to send me like a thumbs up to say that you want to see me there, so that the House of Medics people can, you know, tell me I'm going to be there, because I don't have a reason to be there other than I just want to go, because it sounds like. So if you want to see me there, just put your thumbs up and I'm going to convince them to allow me in. But what I'm talking about is at the end of this month, on the 27th of November, is the House of Medics ball. And what that is it's a ball with medics. See, I got thumbs up. Okay, keep them coming, guys. Thumbs up. Why am I getting laughed at? I want to be there because it sounds like such an amazing place to be. Thank you guys. Oh, I love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate ya. I know. But yes, the ball is happening. There are a few tickets available. If you want to find out more information, please head to the House of Medics on Instagram and you'll see all the details there. Get my dog rags on. Leave the child at home. It's gonna be fun.
Just bring it with you.
No. I want to shake a leg. I want to shake a leg. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, 27th of November, there are very few tickets left. I'm loving the thumbs up. Thank you guys. So head over to the socials. houseofmedics.org is the website. We are House of Medics on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, House of Medics, and on LinkedIn, search House of Medics. And trust me, guys, this is an amazing platform for coming from somebody that doesn't have a background in medicine or in the medical field whatsoever. I'm learning so much, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you again to Natalia for speaking to us today, and thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to see you on the 27th because I've been invited. See you guys. Bye.